Welcome. Welcome to the field of marketing research. In marketing research, today we will talk about advertising because advertising helps in branding, positioning, advertising helps in creating revenue, advertising helps in generating sales, and advertising also a part of creating greater awareness. So, in today's presentation, we will talk about meaning of advertising, uh, what is advertisement, what are the advantages, disadvantages of advertisement, and roles and functions of advertisement, and current issues in the field of advertisement. What is advertising? Advertising is a paid, non personal communication from an identified sponsor using mass media to persuade or influence an audience. That means it is a paid form. If it is non paid, then we call it public relations. Typically, for example, if you give a press conference and a lot of newspaper representatives comes and you share with them the story of your achievements and they publish it in their newspaper, then that is what you can call as PR, public relations. Public relations is a non-paid form of advertisement, while advertisement is paid form. So that is the basic difference between advertising and public relations. Advertising is structured, composed, non-personal communication. It is paid form. It is about products, services, and ideas. It is by identified sponsor, means either you are giving advertisement or somebody else who is actually spending money for this. Advertising campaign means a series of advertisement. You are not giving one advertisement, but you are giving a series of advertisement, right? Or you can also place a single advertisement in multiple media. That could also be called advertisement campaign. Or there could be different advertisements with similar look, feel, and message, right? Evolution of advertisement. We have advertisement emerging from 1441 onwards in different phases. We'll talk about them, and the current phase of advertisement, we'll talk about them, right? The age of 1451 to 1850 was the age of print. Then from 1850 to 1900, it was industrial revolution, beginning of industrial revolution. New mass scale production was starting, and then we had the age of science, and then we had the rise of ad agencies in 1920s onwards, and these ad agencies facilitated advertisements, and they started undertaking research in advertisement. And then we had uh, consumer marketing companies emerging in 1950s and 1960s. We had creative era, and then in 70s and 90s we had accountability era, and today is a social media era. But social media is not advertisement that way, but social media is dominating in today's world, and AI is also dominating in this world. So the field of advertisement is changing, and it is getting influenced from the modern technologies. Historical role of advertisement. Earlier, the advertisements were used primarily for information, for giving information, and then there was industrial age. The mass scale production started. Because of mass scale production, you needed advertisement because you were going for mass scale production, large production. You wanted people to buy. But mass scale production also enabled companies to pay for advertisement because they were having huge revenues and they were willing to pay for that. Manufacturers were concerned with production, and therefore primary focus was to increase the sales through advertisement. That was the main purpose. Then we had emerging from 1980 onward the age of social responsibility. Quality of life became more important. Lifestyle advertisement started becoming more important, and then we have uh, interactive age. Now the people prefer to have interactive communication, and social media is now becoming more popular than advertisements. Social media are interactive because you can also communicate, and if somebody is sending the information, you can also send your reaction, like, dislike, or whatever your views are there on that. So that way, social media is now becoming more popular. Advertisements are not that way so much interactive, and that's why advertisements are today lagging behind social media, and social media are more influencing in that way in advertising. Role of advertisement. Advertisements have different roles to play. They do the marketing, because marketing is the process of satisfying the customer needs. To focus on the customer needs, you are using advertisement to make the customer get the right information, right expectation, and buy the product only if the product is matching their requirement. So advertisement is a communicative communication medium. You communicate with your prospective buyers. You tell the buyers about what are the features in your product. So it's a type of mass communication media, though it's a one-way media, because as we discussed earlier, advertisements do not have so much of interactivity component, and they have, but not that much. Social media in that way is superior to advertisement, because social media has a greater component of interactivity. Then economic role. Advertisements are able to, uh, I mean, encourage the buyers to buy the right product for them, so that they look smart, they feel happy, and in that way, advertisement helps us in improving the standard of life, and it helps the economy in generating greater employment. It helps the marketers. It helps the companies, because the sales increases, and thereby there are greater opportunities for people. Advertisements also play a very important role in the society, because it informs the society about new products, new services, and it teaches the consumers how to use the products, and it creates better way. Types of advertisement. We have various types of advertisement. Some advertisements target only on brand building. They try to create better image in the minds of the consumers. Some advertisements assist retailers and local companies by giving customers address of the local company and encouraging customers to buy. There are some political advertisements also. They focus on building awareness about political parties. There are directory advertisements. There are direct response advertisement. Direct response advertisement means you are asking the buyers for a particular response, that okay, only 1 day is left or only 2 days left, buy it, or decide, or just come for an trial. Business to business advertisement is also there. Most of the advertisement are B2C, but sometimes we have B2B advertisement also, especially for manufacturing of manufacturers of big machines, big equipments. Then we have institutional advertising also. Nowadays, institutions are also giving their advertisement, and they are also offering their services to the people. And then we have public service advertisements, which is like government giving advertisement for a public work, for encouraging citizens. Then we have some interactive advertising also, because people, customers prefer to have interactive advertisement. Classification advertisement. You can have classify advertisement on the basis of consumers, target market. You can classify advertisement on the basis of geographical area, like retail, local advertisement, regional advertisement, national advertisement, international advertisement. Or you can advertise by on the basis of medium, like print advertisement, TV advertisement, radio advertisement, out of home advertisement, direct mail advertisement, broadcast, etc. You can have advertisement based on the purpose, like product advertisement, commercial advertisement, non-commercial advertisement, and action-oriented advertisement, or just awareness advertisement. That is also possible. So functions of advertisement. Advertisement perform three basic functions. It provides information, it adds to branding, it creates a good image about your company, so that ultimately there is a branding. It provides incentive to take action. You tell the customer, buy it today, you get the discount. It helps, it gives reminders to the customers that okay, the last date approaching. So these are the three functions. uh, Current issues in the advertisement is to how to make advertisement more interactive. That is the most important challenge. That is because the customers also want to participate in the process. Customer wants to react, customer wants to communicate. So that is a big issue. Another thing is how to integrate advertisement with other communication, right? Because Today, marketers use varied media of communication. That includes, you can say, advertisement, public relations, social media, and so many other forms of communication. Globalization is a major issue, and you cannot use same advertisement in the whole world because people are different. You have to modify the advertisement in different countries. You have to modify the language, content, appeal, everything in different countries. So how much to standardize, how much to modify, that's a big issue. Then niche marketing means instead of focusing on the mass marketing, you focus on a very small market segment and prepare your advertisement for that. But then that's a problem. Generally, advertisement are prepared for mass marketing because when you want to give information to everybody in the market, then you go for advertisement. But when you are going for niche marketing, then advertisements are not very useful. Instead of advertisements, you should go for email, you should go for direct contacting, you should go for direct calling, or you should go for direct meeting, that kind of, or you should go for exhibition kind of thing. Because for niche marketing, advertisement is not very effective methodology because in terms of cost also, then it becomes costly for customer. So in case of niche marketing, the advertisements become less useful. And today, niche marketing as a strategy is becoming more popular, and that's a big threat to the field of advertisement. Another important aspect is that of rising consumer power, rising role of relationship marketing, rising role of customization. As all these things will increase, the power or the role of the advertisement will reduce because today we are finding that more and more companies are going for relationship marketing and customization.